beautiful Miami. This is the 305 in Q Studios, and this is my tag team partner, Fresh.
Yes, sir. And this is the podcast for you guys in Miami and throughout the world. Let's get it.
Going dark. Back from the dead is a miracle, doc. They counted me out. Raising my destiny, shaking his hand. Flipping the script, changing the plans. Up to the top and I'm taking the fans. Making them jump, making them dance. Making them jump, making them dance. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. We about to change the game.
Because lack of money. Lack of money, brother.
Yes.
And that trap. Talk to us.
I think a lot of people, especially in America, like the lifestyle. And you know the term keeping up with the Joneses? It's a real thing. I've done it as well. You know, I've fallen for the trap myself. But then I realized quickly it's not for me. And a lot of people live by this because either vicariously they want to be more popular or even more special than they are, or they see people on social media living the lifestyle. But the biggest thing I see in America now is car payments, right? So for me, personally as well, I did the whole thing. I had 10 cars at one time.
How many?
Big, 10 cars at one time.
10 times.
10 cars. It was insane. I know. It was not smart. But I learned a lot about cars, the business, rentals, all that stuff. But what I will say is that a lot of people have high car payments. And the problem is, to get out of the car, it's almost impossible because now, with interest rates and the price of cars going down, to get out of the car is going to be a lot of money. So I got a friend of mine, actually, I went to school with. He lives here in America now. He has a Honda Pilot, right? Now, this car is not that expensive, but reasonably, like, around.
A new one?
Well, yeah, he bought a new. It's not smart.
You're talking about 50 racks.
Yeah, 100%. But the car payment is $750. So for a Honda Pilot, $750, right? $750. That right there is a lot of money because, dude, it's a Honda. Now, mind you,
$700 for a Honda?
Yeah.
For a Honda.
So hold on.
Wow.
It gets worse. So that's just the car payment. Add in insurance, incidentals, issues with the car. You're probably looking at roughly around like $1,000 plus. Easily. So now, every month, mind you, he gets paid $2,500 a month. So off the top, he's $1,000 plus going towards the car. He makes $2,500 a month. So half of his income basically is gone towards the car.
You can't live like that.
You can't. But you know what's scary? The average car payment from Americans today is $700, which means most people you see driving cars is paying close to $700 a month for those cars.
Oh, they don't like used cars, do they? They
No.
all want new cars.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's a problem when people have a champagne budget and they want that cognac.
Yeah. And if you bought a car between 2021 to 23, you got jacked because, remember, that was the height of the market. Myself as well. I bought a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ.
How much?
1.2 million. But
whoa. How much?
1.2 million.
God.
Right? That was the height of the market. The market went down, $800K. So that money between that gap, you do lose giving that car up. So, but for most people, they can't recover from that. I can because I make good money. Most people can't. So as a result, a lot of Americans are stuck with their cars because if they sell the car now, they're screwed.
But let's face it, if you're getting a Honda Pilot, you're not going to any gathering for people who own Honda Pilots.
Yeah, so you made a good point. It's opportunity cost, right?
Correct.
So for me, I looked at it as a marketing strategy. All right, I know how to use cars to my advantage. Car events, networking events, billionaires, events, all these things I could go to with my network and make connections. And obviously speaking, you drive a nice car. Okay, what do you do for a living? Oh, you do a podcast. We can make connections and move from there. And one of my biggest deals on the show was from a car event. People don't know this, but like,
Talk to us.
Every
spit game.
Second Saturday of the month, we have a car event called Supercar Saturdays in Florida. It's at Hard Rock, and it's definitely going to be one of those big car events you want to go to because everyone's there. You got celebrities showing up, Safari, Q Banks, a bunch of people that show up to the car events, and they all come to network, make connections, and talk to each other, of course. And let's say you're an average person going to these car events, you can actually come there with no car at all. Obviously, you want to park in the back, meet people for the first time. I remember when I first went there for the first time, I had a 2002 Toyota Camry, 100K miles on it.
Who let you into an event with that?
No, so I parked all the way in the back. I parked all the way in the back.
I bet you did.
Far
Across
away.
the street, huh?
And I walked. I was like, oh, no one saw my car. Great. I'm walking over there. But what I did was I made friends. And I would go religiously every other Saturday. I would go because I wanted to meet people and make connections. Now, obviously, I didn't have the money or status to make things happen. But I met people that knew who I was from those times. And then when I started getting into more social media world and marketing, what happened was I could offer them some value. So before, it's like, oh, good to meet you, bro. I love your car. You know, what do you do for a living? Oh, let's keep in contact, right? Then when I got Instagram going, I was popping on Instagram. I had some things going on myself in the background. I see you do this business, bro. I see where I can add some value here with some social media marketing. And they're like, oh, really? These are older guys with money, bro. They're just bored. They got nice cars. So I saw where I could insert myself to add value to them right away. But long story short, guys, I saw with cars, opportunity costs I could actually add to myself and the podcast, and that's what I did. But for the regular person, that may not be your case. So I would say, and I would argue for most people, you got to be smart about it. Cars is a liability. No matter how you want to slice it down, if you're buying a car for the first time, don't buy a new car. I would argue that's the worst thing you can do. I did it one time with a Hyundai Elantra. I'll never forget this, bro. So my Toyota Camry that I had, it was breaking down. Literally, it was 100K miles on it. And I was like, all right, I need a new car. Mind you, I didn't understand how America fully works. I was still learning about credit scores, all this stuff.
Most people still don't, bro.
Yeah. But I had a good credit score, and they put me for a brand new car. I was like, you know what? Rick Case, Hyundai. I'll go over there, see what's up. I got approved. Payment was like $550, I believe, for the new car. I was like, you know what? This isn't that bad. Because my Toyota was $400 a month. But I did pay it off, though. So, paid the car off.
What year was your Toyota?
2002.
And by the way, Toyota is a ox car and Hyundai is a go car. Go ahead.
100%. So then what happened was I went to dealership. We negotiated a little bit. I got the car. But like you said, the moment I drove the car off the lot, dude, 15% gone. And then when I went to sell the car, I had to pay like almost like 8 to 10K to get out the car.
That's an L.
It's a huge
That's
L.
an L. So he's trying to prevent you guys out there from taking the same L.
I'll never do it again, bro. Never get a new car again. So lesson there learned. And
but you know, people want to get the new car to get the girl, man. The girl doesn't want to go in the used car, man.
You know what's a better bet though?
No honey, no money.
True, but getting a car that's 2 to 3 years older, because they all look the same anyway. Just wash your car, clean it up a little bit. It looks the exact same. You can't really tell.
Okay.
So smarter.
So Fresh, who is driving a what?
Ferrari F8
is telling you to get a used car.
I mean, well, hold on. That's because I learned from my mistakes. Tell people, understand the better way to do things,
It is what it is. Again, in the chat, if you want a live reading, it's 98 or above. Anything 26 or under or above, we'll get a bot reading, which was programmed by me.
Yes.
And today, what I wanted to discuss was I wanted to add some value about astrology. There's a lot of garbage out there about astrology. I'm not going to say exactly from who, because we don't want to, quote unquote, offend people.
Give them clout.
On social media, give them clout, do whatever. But let's just put it like this, man. There's certain signs you can trust to be themselves. And, guys out there got to watch out because there's a lot of signs that are gold diggers.
Bro, okay, hold on. So I didn't understand this at the very beginning, meaning Gary. But you know what's funny about this? I've seen certain types of girls, I don't know what it is, could be their birthday, wink, wink, that have a certain tangent they go on regarding what they want, especially when it comes to guys with money. And it's funny because they have a similar birthday, and it's all a pattern. Can you explain what they are?
100%. When I talk about gold diggers, I want to make this clear. I'm not saying if that's good or bad. I'm just telling you, some guys, they need to be aware that some women out there are gold diggers. So I want to go down, and give people examples. The most important thing is to give people examples because I don't want you to trust me. Who the hell am I? I could be lying to you. But I want you to go back historically and look at the information I'm giving you. You ever remember a woman by the name of Anna Nicole Smith?
100%.
Yeah. What exactly did she do?
Well, she came to fame
for
with
what
some
exactly?
Money, but it was because of a older gentleman.
Oh, she married an older gentleman for what?
I think for some coins, man. So for some dollars.
Wow.
Some dollar bills.
So we have a woman who is, by the way, born on the 28th. Shocking. A woman born on the 28th looking for a bag. Never that. But when it comes down to it, this woman is born in the goat year. What does gold start with?
G-O.
What does goat start with?
G-O.
So goats are naturally going to be inclined to be gold diggers.
Damn.
So, and this is the way nature works. Because if you're going to be a gold digger, you're going to have to be built a certain way. You're going to have to look a certain way. And the fact of the matter is, goats are the most attractive sign. I really think they're apex predators. I really do. Because when you look at women like Anna Nicole Smith, what do you think? She's the only one?
No.
Do you know how many Anna Nicole Smiths are out there?
A lot.
These women who are born in GOAT years are after your bag. I said this before. I'll say this again. I knew a woman who was born 1991, year of the GOAT. I'm not going to say any names. And I saw her basically get an NBA player and wife him up. And this NBA player is 10 years younger than her. 10 years. So, again, we're talking about a guy who just got like a $50, $60 million contract, plays for the Detroit Pistons. And this guy wifed up someone, or used to have a baby, someone who's about 10 years younger. And this is something goats do. And they talk in such sweet voices. So I'm telling you guys right now, watch out for these goat women. Because when it comes down to it, they are apex predators. They play the game.
A great man once said, all of them dig for gold, but some are better at hiding the shovel. And to your point, just to be correct here, I think a lot of signs have a more forward approach to things. They're more discreet, but they do have a lot of things where it tends to lean towards they want your money ASAP. But the goats, bro, for sure, they're bad because, I've asked for your readings before, and they were goats. And you're like, yep, stay away from those. So, good point.
Because I tell you what it is. Now, in Western astrology, the gold digger's the Aries. What is an Aries? It's a ram, similar to a goat. So when it comes down to it, people who are born with certain signs, you best have that bag. Let's go to that first super chat. What is the birthday?
All right, we got here from Mike Turrell says, this is 3/20/03, male career advice and lucky number.
First of all, happy birthday.
Facts, bro.
And listen, that birthday right there is special to me, man. That's my dad's birthday.
Oh, shit.
So that's crazy that the first guy who donates today is not only his birthday, but it's my dad's birthday. And if I may say a little bit, my dad came from the Soviet Union in the 70s to give his child a better life. He basically had to go through communists, had to go through a whole bunch of people who just didn't want him here. He worked dead-end jobs. He rode a bicycle in the snow. Literally rode a bicycle in the snow just to put food on the table.
That's brave.
And, I'm going to do the same thing to my child as my dad did to me. Give them an opportunity for a better life than even I have. So I want to shout out to my dad. I wouldn't be here without him. Thank you so much. Love you, Dad. Going back to you are a one life path, my friend. So people who are ones, they're usually tendency to be argumentative. But see, here's the thing. I'm not just going to tell you about your numerology. I'm going to tell you about your astrology as well. And you're born in the year of the goat. So as one should be aggressive, again, aggressive starts with A is the first letter. People who are goats, they shouldn't be. As a matter of fact, if you look at all the top goats in the world right now, the ones who have the bag, they didn't do it through physical force. They basically did it by, sorry to say it, manipulation or strong-arming people in the boardroom. Bill Gates, he basically took someone's operating system for $50K, sold it to IBM, or leased it to him for like $1 million, and that's how he made his bag off the software. Everyone thought the software was useless, but he took it, the invention from someone else, put his name on it, and guess what? Now he's a billionaire.
So are both genders, men and women, I guess, manipulative? Are they the ones that really manipulate?
Even when it comes to goats, the males don't tend to be the big guys. They don't tend to be the alpha males. Now, he's a goat. He's a one life path, so he's a little bit tougher than most goats. But if you look at it, like, goats aren't the MMA fighters. A lot of 91 goats, yes, because that you have a lot of ones in those birthdays. But if you go down the list, they're not really fighters. They're diplomats. They're here to compromise. That's what a goat does, man. That's why the goat is very strong with the feminine energy, because they use their looks to get ahead in life. So even the male goats are attractive. It is what it is. Now, going down to you, sir, I'm going to give you some good advice. Don't get married, ever.
Damn.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm just going to keep it real with you. You should never get married. But I do guarantee this, man. If you go out there and you make a network, because that's what goats are good at, making networks. And I've seen goats on the female side this is strange stuff, but it's going to make sense because if you understand the energy. Goats on the female side, they're very attractive, so they can take advantage of their looks by getting men to do what they want, getting men to simp for them. The male goats tend to be around rich people. I've literally seen this. They tend to be around rich people, and these rich people tend to give them money. And yeah, we know about one.
We know a couple.
Yeah,
goats.
exactly what I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's what they do. They try to get around people. So that's how goats operate. They're very, very good at that. So again, guys, watch out. But for you, my friend, you're also very intuitive. I expect you to travel quite a bit in life. Lastly, do not get married. Trust me on that one. I saved you a lot of time and money. You want a super chat? 98 or above.
Yeah. So one more thing about car debt and what's going on with the marketplace. Oh, we got another one from Catherine here. Oh shit, is that Australian? $160 on the dot. Yep. But no birthday.
Well,
when is your birthday, Catherine?
Put it in somewhere else and they'll tell me what it is,
Just put
guys.
it in the chat for free.
Yeah, put it in chat. I'll try to read it because I can't do it without a birthday, but I do appreciate it.
Yes, chat. I see the call up for Sneeko. I do see that, man. I'll cover him a little bit later. Cool. But I think, wait, here it is. 220673.
2206, so June 22nd, 1973.
73, yep.
So, okay, so she's a 3 life path. So, she's up there in age. She's like, over 50 years old.
Yeah.
Guess what? She don't look it. She don't look it because people who are born with 3 energy always look younger. They always look younger. Does Tom Cruise look like he's born 1962?
No. Nope.
Of course not, because he's born on the 3rd. 3 is a childlike energy. So people with the 3 energy, one of their biggest fallbacks in life is they get bored so quickly. And when they get bored and they have nothing to do, they sometimes get into trouble. Like a child.
And
he has nothing to do, he's going to get into trouble.
And they cheat.
Yeah, they can do that as well. Or they can actually get away with it. The Gambino crime family was started by a 3 life path. I kept telling people that's why they call it Congress. Starts with the C. C is the 3rd letter. But when it comes down to you, ma'am, you're also born in the year of the ox. Oxes prosper this year. I did a partnership recently with a guy Rob.
Yeah.
He works for you as well.
Yes.
He makes stock calls. Do you know he hasn't missed like one call this year?
Yeah, Rob is one of those guys in our Castle Club Premium that does one of those like calls every week, and he calls, for example, winning picks, which means if you just put your money in there, money that you can lose, of course, you come out 10x or 5x better off the jump.
He has not missed a trade this year. He does numerology-based trading. Yep. He's been one of my top students for a long time.
He's good,
and
man.
I went into business with him this year. Now, did I not vouch for him when I brought him to you?
You did. And it's funny because usually I'm like, who is this person? Like, why is Gary bringing them around? But Gary knows,
100%.
for one, their birthday. He knows when there's a winning year or enemy year. So he's like, you know what? This person's good for this term. So it works out.
100%. So here's what it comes down to. And I want people to understand this, man. People who have certain energy prosper at certain times. And that is what you guys have to do. Now, she's a 1973 goat. She's going to prosper. So it'll be a good time for her to open a business. It'll be a good time for her to invest. That's what you do. But don't invest in Tesla because that is a GOAT company. Your enemy sign founded in 2023. And by the way, I'm going to pat myself on the back, okay? Let me pat myself on the back because I told people to short Tesla. And that's not just called the year. That's called the decade. It went down 40%. $16 billion was made shorting Tesla in the past 6 weeks because I know exactly what I'm talking about. And when I give you a free call, take it.
That short with Tesla made so many millionaires, bro. I'm sorry I missed it, man. I was asleep at the throttle for that one. But damn it, bro.
He's on black people time.
I know, bro. I was really sleeping. Another one here from Kiki Carrios.
Go ahead.
963. Her birthday is January 20th, 1972.
January 20th, 1972, 4
Yes.
life path. So unlike 3s, 4s need structure. 4s need a structure in life because if they operate outside of structure, their life will not be successful. 4s are here to work. Here's the thing. They don't mind working. 4s will outwork everybody else. They're the type of people who will work 60, 70 hours a week if they have to. 4s also tend to be very conservative. Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States. He is a 4 life path. That's why he always says Law and Order, which covers 4. So when it comes down to her, she has to work hard. It is what it is. But I'm going to tell you this. You're born in the year of the pig. Even though you're born in 72, it didn't switch to the year of the rat yet. You are born in the year of the pig. So my advice to anyone born in the year of the pig, lay low. Lay low. Didn't someone just have some problems on a podcast? His name is Adam22. I'm not going to go too much into it, but he's born 1983, year of the pig, and now he has, some of these on, but they're not Rolexes. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, Adam's actually not locked up. It's the people that work for his podcast.
Gotcha.
What's happening
Close enough.
is that,
It's not TikTok. It's not TikTok, but I'm just making an example.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are born in pig years, who are going like this into the energy, are getting their asses handed to them. Do not be that person. I know I'm not telling you what you want to hear, but I'm telling you what you need to hear. Lay low if you're born in the pig year. That's my advice to you. Lastly, you're in the 3-year cycle. You're going to have that need to want to go out, that need to want to communicate, that need to want to socialize. Might not be the best idea all the time because you are in your enemy year. Just keeping it real. I know you're bored right now. That's what people do in their 3-year cycles. Who's next?
Oh, they can't see the Rumble live to Super Chat, guys. We got up next, SK1, 0928, 1988, Dragon. Life advice for career, money and love relationships. Thank you.
You notice whenever it's someone with 8 or 28 energy, they don't ask about love first. A normal woman asking about love. No. She asks about money first because the numerology supersedes. She's born on the 28th. She's about that bag, like every woman born on the 28th. So here's my advice to you, man. 28s can be successful at whatever they do. If whatever you do, like Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what Berkshire Hathaway is. The initials are a 28. B is the second letter. H is the 8th. There you go, a 28. So when it comes down to it, you have to understand, use that 28 energy around you. Now, this might be a little bit, out there, but I will say this. When it comes down to people who are born on the 28th, even if you're with a man in a relationship, that man's going to start making a lot more money. That man's going to start making a lot more money. So when it comes down to the 28, you just being around people is like that, not the kryptonite, like that Popeye spinach that helps everyone around you make money as well. You're also born in 1980. You're the monkey. Miami's a perfect city for you. Isn't that right?
100%. That's where I thrive and I survive. Miami.
So here's my advice to you. Move to Miami if you can do it. You're born on the 28th. You probably have something of a bag. This is where you will flourish the most. Miami. I'm not just telling you because I'm living here or this is the 305 or whatever. I'm telling you that because you're born in the monkey year and this is a monkey city and people thrive in their own energy.
Good point. Cool. It's funny. Miami's expensive, only on certain things. I think for people in Miami, you got to understand like lifestyle itself could be hard. But once you're actually focused on making money and not partying and all that other stuff, you'll be fine. So it works out. All right.
All right. Are we done with the 98 and above super chats?
Yes, we are.
If anyone wants them, we're going to go back periodically to these. I just got one more. All right. Go ahead.
Super Javi, 12/14, 1988.
12/14, 1988. That's a dragon.
Yep.
And you brought a guy in studio and you asked if he could be trusted.
Yes, a dragon.
That happened about 1 hour ago.
Oh.
And I asked his year. You said he was born 1988. And what did I tell you? I told you that if you can trust anything about a person, a dragon born in a dragon year is someone you can trust. Because dragons are honorable signs. They always have been. They always will be. Even if dragons are criminals, which I'm not calling you, but I'm saying even if dragons are criminals, they tend to be very honorable criminals. A lot of people out there don't like Vladimir Putin. A lot of Russians love him because he's an honorable man to his people. At least that's the way they think. So when it comes to dragons, they tend to keep their word. You're born on the 14th. You're going to travel. You're a Sagittarius. You're going to travel. So if I were you, I'd definitely travel quite a bit in life. You're actually going to have to work quite often because you do have that type of energy. But at the end of the day, don't have any dogs as pets. You have a dog as a pet?
I do.
But a dragon should not.
Really?
So I'll give you a story. I had a student once, and she called me. She's like, listen, my next door neighbor, she got a dog on Christmas last year, and now she's sick all the time. And I can't tell her because she's Jehovah's Witness. She's not going to believe this stuff. And she was born in the year of the dragon, and like 2 months after she got this dog, all of a sudden she's bedridden. So what you have to understand is if you are a dragon, dog energy is very, very negative to you. It's your enemy sign. So if you have a dog around you, doesn't matter if that dog loves you. Doesn't matter if that dog's loyal. The mere presence of that dog's energy is going to mess with the dragon.
What about people?
Exactly. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
Same thing.
If it's a person who's born in a dragon year, cooked around dogs.
Damn.
Absolutely cooked. That's not you, so you don't have to worry about it. But when it comes down to it, you always have to understand, if you're born in a dragon year, you should not be around dogs. It is what it is. So my advice to you, don't be around dogs. Lastly, you're a smart guy, man. But you might need to work on those communication skills because you're extremely blunt, my friend. I know we got more super chats. We're going to go back to you. Let's get back to the podcast.
Yeah, we got a bunch more, actually. Holy crap.
I know they're not going to stop, but here's the thing. I understand people like me, like they want me to do this all the time, but we still have a podcast. We're going to try to balance it out the best we can. So after we get at about 5, we'll get in and we'll start talking about it. We're talking about gold diggers, man, and you said you knew some goats.
Yeah, so what's funny is that I've been in Miami for 12 years now, and I've seen people come and go, people of all races, colors, and nationalities. And what's funny is that, surprisingly, those birth dates that lead to the gold, basically, are all similar, and they manipulate to get what they want. But what's more concerning is that a lot of women in Miami especially are either from somewhere else, and they come over here, or, of course, they're born here.
Where would you say they're from? Like, usually Colombia,
Venezuela,
Cuba,
Brazil. So those kind of like Hispanic type nationalities. But what's funny is that, like, they come over here, and the culture is so westernized and so, like, caught up in, like, money, status, and lifestyle that they tend to change over a period of time. You know, when they say, for example, you meet your dream girl overseas, don't bring her back, it's for a reason.
You mean she becomes Americanized?
Yep.
Yes. And at that point, I think a lot of guys think, okay, you know what? I can keep her safe. I can contain her from this crazy world. And maybe you can, but to be honest, she can do what she wants to do. So that means TikTok, for example, going out with friends, at some point, she's going to enter into this Western mindset. And if she's not very strong or raised in the right family, or for example, the right parents, I will say she will fall victim to the Western society. And that means
How many years do you think it takes? 4 or 5?
I would say 2 months, bro.
2 months?
You know why? Hear this, bro. Hear this.
60
Accusations.
Hear this, bro. It just takes one encounter with a guy like myself, or a guy with status.
Don't incriminate yourself.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding.
Bullshit.
Just kidding. But no, honestly, it just takes one encounter with a guy that has some leverage, some status here in Miami. They show him a good lifestyle, show him some fun, and they're like, wow, this is the life. I love this. And then the guy dumps them, and they go back to their regular life. They're like, wait a minute. These guys over working at CVS, over here working a regular job, they can't give me what I want. So now their mind is set on these guys with high standards, and some of them drive Ferraris, Lambos, they drive Rolls Royce, and that's the new norm for them. So what happens is, and by the way, if you're not from Miami, just so you guys know, in Miami, okay, we can ban this guy, shiz my muzzle. Thank you. In Miami, anybody that has this lifestyle that we're talking about here has leverage. And in the marketplace of dating, unfortunately, what happens is those top guys in this space dominate most of the girls. Now, doesn't mean you also have to have a nice car, a nice chain. I'm just saying, generally speaking, if you're outside in Miami and they got to choose between the guy at CVS or the guy with the Lambo or Ferrari, this is why guys fit the lifestyle, because they know if they play the lifestyle correctly, they can bag the girl. But then obviously,
and you've seen that
100%. And there's girls that obviously just care about looks, which is fine as well.
I think they care more about something else, man.
The
I
money.
think they care more about something else, man.
Oh, you got some on you?
I think they could more care about that right here, man. Because I got to tell you, man, listen, I'm a straight man,
Yeah.
but that's the sexiest man in the world right here. That man right here, that's the sexiest man I've ever seen. Shout out to all the Capricorns out there. Woo!
Big pause, but big pause. But I get what you're saying. But
Here, let's make it rain.
the point is that you got to have everything as a guy, especially in today's competition world, because what's happening is with Instagram, as you guys know, with TikTok, and of course X, is that the playing field has become global. And as a result, even especially in high cities like Vegas, Miami, New York, if you're not in that status of, I want to say, at least 100K plus,
you have no business in this city unless you're making 100,000. And by the way, that's bare minimum. Living in a studio, you're not driving the nicest car. And by the way, if you don't have at least 100K, don't come anywhere near Miami. Stay your ass somewhere like in the middle of the Miami, because by the alligators, because the rent's cheap out there. Not here. Like, for, you know, a lot of people have to understand it's very expensive here.
It is.
And you can live a lot better in most parts of America than you can here. At least, you know, you got to make at least 60K. You're living like a king in West Virginia.
Yeah.
I'm not going there.
So 12 years ago, I was making $7 an hour, and I survived up north, not in Miami itself. And I did okay. And then I started making $10 at Chick-fil-A as well. So 7 and 10 is 17. But
there you go.
Yeah, so it got a little bit better. And I survived. I lived in a studio apartment, $500 a month.
We're in the car. So guess what? We were in the car like last week, and we're basically in a what was it? Ferrari. And he's telling me how he used to live in this hood.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is a great come-up story, man.
Yeah.
A guy who was in the hood, a guy who got rejected on TV.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's coming back to where he was, showing his boys around in a 400K Ferrari.
Yeah, and a property as well in that same area we purchased back in 2021.
Well done.
But yeah, but it speaks to a lot of people and their current lifestyle. And I'll say this. When it comes to dating, don't worry about girls at the very beginning, man. I think that's the big mistake guys make, is that a lot of girls are gold diggers, and if you focus on that right now, they're going to take your money, and you're going to blow all of it now, versus building a foundation for yourself first. And you know what's the actual benefit of this? The reward is women that you want. Because now you can choose, you can pick and choose who you want to date, and just say no. For example, if she's for the streets, you could do your thing and say, you know what? You're not for me.
You mean she's American?
that too.
I mean, it is what it is.
But,
you know.
Yeah.
But shout out to TikTok that's still based out of China for that one.
Yeah. But I would say, with Gary's advice as well, you want to be careful who you put into your territory and your castle, because a lot of these women are gold diggers, and they will use you to their advantage as soon as possible. So
all right, the super chats are starting to light up. Let me get my throat ready, because I gotta start talking, man. Let me. And by the way, if you want a super chat written live, it's 98 above 26. Zerka just donated 28, so shout out to Zerka. We'll get to you in a second, man. Stay tuned. We'll give you your money's worth, brother. I promise you.
We'll
let's
do it for
get
Zerka,
to the super
man.
chats right now. Who we talking about?
Gypsy Travels says, reading for my son, 4/13/2012. Wants to be a pro soccer player and live in Miami.
Well, I mean, he's a dragon, so dragon is good with the monkey. They're in the same triad. So people who are born in dragon years, as your friend is over here, they should live in Miami. This is a great place for dragons to live.
So should he be my assistant, you think?
I mean,
give it to me straight, bro. I like the guy, but he's a bit of a dragon. I don't know.
Let him pull up, man. Let him pull up. Come on, pull up right there. Don't be shy.
That's how my guy's Serge, man.
Let's go, because I'm going to keep it real now. I'm going to keep it real, man.
Serge, tell him who you are, bro. What you do?
What up? I'm Serge, content creator, Airbnb business manager.
Okay, so you run a couple Airbnbs? Yeah. Yours or for someone else?
Mine.
Yours?
Mine,
okay, man.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start, man. Are you broke?
No.
Okay.
He's in my network, man. He's not broke.
Okay, I got to ask questions, man. Are you making over $100,000 a year?
Yes.
Okay, now I want you to understand why I asked that. It's not because I don't trust broke people, because I was broke myself once, okay? It's because broke people can be desperate people. And sometimes when you don't know, shit happens with people's families. They need money, and sometimes they get desperate. And if you're a rich guy, you could be targeted. So that is one of the reasons you don't want people who are broke around you, not because you can't trust them, but because situations happen in life, and, you know, things happen.
When someone's hungry versus when they're starving,
Yeah.
two different people.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Okay, so he's not broke. That's one good thing, man.
Also, to your point real quick, you mentioned before dragons keep their word for the most part.
Yes.
Whatever he said to me, he's done. And if he can't do it, he'll tell me
For
in
how long?
advance. Huh?
For how long?
From time I known this guy.
And
from the very beginning.
how long is that?
What? Almost 2 years now?
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to be a influencer yourself?
Yes.
Is that the main motivation in being his assistant?
No.
What's the main motivation?
My main motivation is so that I could impact other people and help
In
them.
what way?
Just
Yeah, we're gonna grill him, folks. We're gonna grill him.
mostly just be a good leader and show them that there's things that they can do with their lives. And by me doing it from the start and them seeing my progress, it motivates them hopefully to do it for themselves.
How many baby mamas you have?
0.
All right, all
don't-
right.
I don't-
I try to catch
I
you.
don't-
I
no,
try
no,
to
no,
catch
no.
you over there. So you don't have any kids?
No.
Why?
I dodged the bullets of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
I'm not
have
gonna lie,
time.
He learned from my lesson.
Okay, that's not for TikTok, man. That's not for TikTok. All right, my friend. So here's what I'll tell you, man. He seems like a hardworking guy, but he is a 9 life path. And the only issues with 9s is if they start hanging around the wrong people and they start, copycatting their wrong habits. So with 9s, you got to know who their circle is. You got to know who's around them. You got to know who's influencing them. If I'm gonna put it this way: if you have 3 girls who are promiscuous, and your girl's a 9 life path, and you think she's gonna be the good girl in the group, take a get. It's like one of those type of deals. So personally, I think a dragon is a good assistant for a monkey. As a matter of fact, chat, the dragon is the best sign for the monkey. So he would have my blessing to be your assistant. Cool. And 15% of your paycheck just goes to me because you got hired.
That's fine.
That's how we do it, folks. Now let's go back to her.
Shout out to you, Serge.
What was the
So her son's birthday is 4/13/2012.
Okay, he's gonna have to work hard in life. He's born on the 13th, and everyone who's born on the 13th has to put in work. Here's the advice I'm gonna give you.
Yep.
Set him up with structure in life, because people who have 4 energy, they respond best to structure. Some people, they need to wing it. Like, for instance, if I had a whole bunch of papers in front of me and I was like, that would impede my growth. I can wing it. He cannot. He needs proper guidance. So if you build that foundation for him, he's going to be absolutely freaking solid. I promise you. He's going to be a good conservative growing up. Who's next?
All right. We got next Michael Ruiz. He says 2/27/2002. Any advice on money and career? This is from Michael.
2/27, and that was 2002.
Yep.
Okay. Next year's your year, brother. That's my advice for you. You're born in a horse year. Next year's a horse year. One of the great things about life is you can backtrack what I'm talking about. And when the Los Angeles Lakers were in their dynasty with Kobe and Shaq, when they won their first championship in 2000, it was Shaq who was the main guy in the team. And then when they won their third championships in 2002, when this young man was born, that's when it became Kobe's team. Kobe was the guy who won the championship in 2002. He was a horse in a horse year, and he took control of the team that year. So next year is that Kobe moment for you.
Oh, shit.
So when it comes down to it, my friend, if you want to build a business, if you want to get married, start a family, that is the year to do it. Now, I understand a lot of young men do not want to start families very young, because the prospect of finding a good woman is slim to none.
It's hard nowadays.
Yeah, and listen, we're on a certain channel. I'll go further in about 30 minutes. But here's what you have to understand, man. If you have that opportunity, take it. Okay? Because the number one thing I look for in a woman, is she going to be a good mother? Is she going to be a good mother? Because the most important part of a relationship is the kids. All right. Let's see.
Hold on. Someone wants to donate to you from my channel.
All right, hold on. Let me finish that one. 2/27, very intuitive, a very adaptive personality.
Michael, yep.
When it comes down to it, you're very stubborn. So it's okay to be stubborn, but please don't be stubborn for the sake of being stubborn, because that is when you start impeding your growth as someone born in a horse. And remember, if this matrix is pro-rat and the rat is your enemy sign, that means the matrix is anti-horse. That's why we have some words that start with the W plus or that rhymes with horse. You understand what I'm trying to say?
100%.
Even the English language itself is built against that type of energy. Next super chat. Let's do
All right. We
yours.
Well, give him 1 sec. He's gonna do it right
Okay,
now.
let's do
We got Metal Mind. He says 8/12/92. He's a monkey like myself. Interested in a reading and a stock guy. I'm a day trader.
Well, if you're a stock guy, you should have donated a lot more because I gave you a free Tesla call that made $16 billion. God damn, man.
How much you made off of that, Gary? If you want to tell them a little bit,
More.
roughly. You can't really want to say, huh? You could buy what? How many Ferraris could you buy?
Oh, a lot.
More than 10?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah. And by the way, it keeps growing.
400K each.
Let's just put, no, that's nothing at this point. Let
I know.
me make this clear. If Tesla goes down to around 130, yeah, bro, I'm probably going to fund my own political campaign at that point. Because it will be like whatever at that point, man.
Isn't that funny? You see a creator go from creating content, leveling up, making money, and then falls into politics right after. Isn't that funny?
You know, the Ukrainian
Trump,
president,
Conor McGregor.
yeah, the Ukrainian president, you know, he was basically actor.
Well,
and
a paid
was,
actor.
Yeah, he was an actor, well, not a very good one, but he played the president of Ukraine in a series, and then he was groomed for the presidency. But you were just talking about Conor. Let's talk about him for a second.
Yeah, so recently in the news, Conor McGregor is actually planning to run in Ireland. He wants to become a top politician for his country. And I think for most people, you're like, wait, what? Conor McGregor, the fighter? But you look at this actual life path of most creators and most fighters as well. They start either at the very beginning, humble beginnings. They move from that to a career in fighting or maybe content creation. And then someone says, you know what? What's the next step? And you've seen like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, they go, oh yeah, Manny Pacquiao as well. They go from content to mindset shift, a lot of money. What's the next step? And then surprisingly, they all end up pretty much at politics after. Even my boy Myron Gaines, he went from content, obviously government work first, content, a lot of money, politics. So I think that's the end result for most men of status that want to be successful as well. That's look at Trump, for example, the president, twice president of the United States of America, and for Conor
Who won
McGregor,
3 elections?
exactly.
Who won 3 elections?
By the
I'm gonna
way.
make that clear.
Yeah,
ahead.
one didn't count apparently though.
It's okay.
But nonetheless, though, Conor McGregor actually has
You know, it's great that TikTok loves Trump now.
yeah. It's way better.
A couple months ago, that would not have been allowed. But
At
guess
all.
what? I can say
W Trump,
I
man.
can say W Trump because Trump saved TikTok.
Also, just real quick shout out, Trump, wink wink, remonetize Pearl. If he was not president, I guarantee you, Candace Owens, just Pearly Things, and as well, Dr. Disrespect will not have been remonetized.
Maybe someone else pretty soon.
Next, coming up. So I think Conor McGregor has 2 things to his benefit. One, he's a legend in his own
I'm
right.
not fresh and fit.
There you go. He's made a lot of things happen where for his country, he put them on the map. And as a fighter, even though he loses sometimes, he still comes back talking shit the next day. And of course, his fan base has not shifted pretty much. They still love him to death. He gets love everywhere. Obviously, he had that little incident with that woman. I don't know what happened there. I don't think he smashed. If he did, brother, that was tough. But I think for most people, in politics especially, you need a huge fan base. He has that. And then 2, people love the guy.
Can he win?
I think with enough promo and marketing, he can. But the problem is, you know what's going to happen to McGregor? They're going to bring up all his demons. Now, that battle between your demons and then your fan base is going to have to be a grueling because what's going to happen is they're going to try to bring it down as much as possible. You've seen it before with Trump, other people, even Tate. They will use ammo against everything you've built to tear you down. So I think for McGregor, he has a good chance of winning. But again, him versus his fan base versus the allegations, that might be tough.
Well, you'd vote for him if you were Irish.
100%. I want to see creators come to a place of prominence because you know what? You know why? For the most part, they're regular people. They just have some influence. They're not bought by any specific group of people or politics. They might be, but for the most part, they're open and
Shout
they
out
can.
Destiny.
And they can. Stick it, bro. They can actually have leverage on their own terms. I think that's good for most people. But McGregor, I think he has a better chance of winning than most people. I would argue.
Okay, you know what? When when I see the passion you talk about with McGregor,
Yeah.
it makes sense because he's another 1988 dragon.
You know
See,
what's funny?
see how that works?
I actually like dragons, man. Like Serge. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Keep it honest. Is that cool, Serge? He's a quiet guy. I think he's very
Dragons usually
loyal.
are.
And
I know a guy who's worth $10 billion. He's a dragon. No one even want. He doesn't want anyone knowing his name. And by the way, he doesn't drive what you drive. He drives like $80,000 cars. He's worth $10 billion.
that's actually smarter than me. But I will say that, especially with Sturge, he's been just following my journey, supporting me as I go. He texts me like, "Yo, bro, you can improve here. You can add value here." He brought me gifts when he didn't have to, added value. That's why, like,
Another man buying you gifts, though?
Pause. I mean, respectfully. Respectfully.
Whoa.
Hold on, Serge. Have I not made you like a lot of money?
No. Hold on.
Have I not made you a lot of connects? I made him a lot of connections, man, from my network. So he's giving back the value, bro.
You know, 50 Cent once said, man,
Bruh.
P. Diddy invited him shopping, and he was like, yo, what's going on here, man?
Yeah, this nigga, bro. Anyhow, the point is that he's been loyal all the time.
Yeah,
every
dragons
time.
are very loyal
Yeah.
people. Extremely loyal
So
people.
when I get access to certain things like this new studio, he's welcome because he's been there, loyal, adding value. And Mo knows him, Bills knows him. Solid dude. So you know what I'm saying? Like the whole team has to rock. So he's cool.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Let's get to these super chats before they line up on me, man. Where we at?
We did. He's a monkey like myself.
I didn't finish that one.
Yeah.
8/12, 1992, 5 Lifepath monkeys. So people who are 5s, they have to travel. So here's the thing about 5s, man. They can't be stuck in one place. They can't be behind a desk. That's not going to work for them. 5s always have to be on the move. That's how they operate the best. That's why most immigrants tend to have 5 energy. 5s also tend to be attractive. You're also born in the 12th, which means not only that, you're going to age like freaking wine. When you have both those numbers, 3 and 5, you're a master entertainer. You're a master comedian. You know how to loosen people up and get them to do what you need to do. Plus, I've always considered monkey the smartest sign. You know, there are exceptions, obviously. But I always considered monkeys obviously the smartest side, man. So you have to understand that you have to use that wit. Monkeys are very clever and they're very witty. I think that's the best way to describe Fresh because when he's networking, I've seen him. He just knows exactly when to turn it on because that's his field, that's his thing. And by the way, this is why he runs the CEO network.
Yeah.
Because he teaches people how to get in those rooms where every single one of you guys want to be. So, my friend, when it comes down to you, you're in the right country. If you're in America, understand this. Your main ability to make money is through networking and through entertainment. Who's next?
Also, sir, do you want to tell him about TwitchCon going there? What you got from it? No?
Not here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
No.
we'll do it a little later. After. All right. Yeah, we're on TikTok right now, guys.
Yeah.
Terrence,
TikTok,
let's go.
Trump, TikTok.
Terrence Morgan.
I'll try, brother.
Yeah. Born January 25th, 1979. How can I get involved in numerology-based stock trading? I need to make money, my friend. So he's born 25 January 1979.
Yeah, smart guy, obviously.
Yeah.
A 7, very intelligent, probably has issues with relationships. Pretty much a loner, I could see by his energy and stuff like that. Stubborn one at that, too. The best way for you to get involved is to go to Run It Up. This is a man I've trained. This is a man who sits behind that computer and studies these codes like a madman. And quite frankly, he's hitting over 95% of his trades. So go to Twitter, go to a guy by the name of Run It Up, sign up to his courses, or you can go to Run It Up 28 on Google, put in WAP, you'll go right there. I promise you, he's the best guy out there from a numerology, astrology perspective. Because I've always told people, men lie, we know women lie, but numbers never lie.
Also, real quick, chat. Should I wear shades on the show? What do you guys think? No shades or shades? I think no shades for now is good, man. Look me in my eyes, nigga.
Well, you don't need any dark shades, that's for sure.
Not too dark, right?
Yeah.
All right. We got Positive Proxy. Birthday is April 26, 2005.
April 26, 2005, year of the rooster, man. And roosters are feisty. So, there's certain girls you can cheat on. There's certain girls that you can cheat on and they will accept it. Watch our view count go up. Zerka, I know you're taking notes. So what's going to happen is there's women who are born in goat years. We talked about them because they're goat diggers, but they will also put up with a man who cheats to get that back. So, it's pretty much how it goes. The beautiful women will put up with that type of behavior because they want that back. But there's some women who will not put up with that behavior. And the main one is the rooster. The rooster will go to violent acts if you do something like that, man, because the rooster is the most loyal sign. You hear that, guys? Rooster is the most loyal sign. So whoever this person is, he's extremely loyal. It is what it is. He's also a one life path. So we're talking about an aggressive person and someone who's also a fighter. Roosters are great UFC fighters. Roosters are the type of people who want to get in people's faces. Dragons, they can get in people's faces, but they got to have a quick temper. Dragons have quick tempers, but they cool down very quickly. Kobe Covington, another guy born 1988, the year of the dragon.
Shout out to him.
So when it comes down to it, when it comes down to roosters, my concern for you guys is you always go head first. Like, for instance, if a cat doesn't like you, he might smile to you. Yo, what's up, dude? All this good stuff. And then, the bigger the smile, the sharper the knife. But when it comes to a rooster, if a rooster doesn't like you, you're going to know it.
Right
they're
away.
not going to play any games. They have no tact. They're in your face, but they're extremely loyal friends. My advice to you, stay away from alcohol. Alcohol is no good for you. Your money will be good as long as your karma is good because you have born on the 26th, and 26 is actually the number of karma itself. 2 and 6 is 8. Look at the shape of the 8. What goes around comes around. Next one.
All right. I believe that's it for the 98. For now.
Okay, if you guys want one, we'll come back in about 10 minutes. It's 98 or above. If it's 26 or above, like people in there, if you want that, the bot will take care of it. Did I programmed? Well, the knowledge. It is what it is. Go ahead, man. Where are we going from here, man?
All right, so I think it's time for clips. Trending news?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
All right, let's see here.
Can someone tell me how many are on TikTok right now?
How many we got live right now?
222?
That's funny.
22.
There you go.
200?
How many?
Really?
Okay. Think it's time.
Yeah, we can get rid of it then.
Cool.
Really? Why was it 1900? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, after that.
Oh, because
How big was it?
Wait, you mean because I said the N-word?
In the T.
Huh? Oh, you can't say that?
No, bro.
We can. Wait, hold on. Really? On TikTok?
So
What?
Yeah, turn it off, man. It's fine.
So you're telling me I can't say the
Yeah.
T word, a
Yeah.
platform?
Yes. Yes.
What?
Yep. Because I'm like, wait a second. Where? How many?
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
What was the peak? Okay. Well,
Okay.
It was a 19. So
Whatever.
okay, it is what it is. Guess what? Now we can be more loose.
Yeah, because
and
that
stuff
was
like that.
holding back.
More like Miami.
All right, let's go, man. Back to the chats. We got Heather, $200. Yo, that needs to Don DeMarco or something. Yep. We got 08, 09.
Here, man, for $200, I'll make your raid.
There you go. We got 08, 09, 1991. Any advice at all?
Oh, that's a goat.
Heather.
Heather knows what's up, man. Give me that birthday one more time.
We got 08, 09, 1991.
Yes, she's a one life path and a goat, so she thinks like a man. These are the apex predators I was talking about. So when it comes down to it, she has guys around her little finger. I already know what she looks like. She's probably pretty athletic. She's probably the type of person who's a health nut, takes care of herself. But when financially, you will be set for life. The main thing you have to watch out for is that emotional energy you have. You need an outlet for that emotional energy. It could be the gym or something like that, but you need an outlet for it because when it comes down to it, I'm looking at your birthday. Financially, you're going to be good. I think we both know that. You're probably going to have a lot more fun when you're in your golden years than most people should. But it is what it is. I'm trying to do this as clean as possible, man. Sometimes I worse. It is what it is, but control your emotional energy. Do not let your emotional energy control you. Your next best year in your life is going to be 2027, the year of the goat, and that's the year goats prosper.
So she's 34, right?
Yep. So usually people have their positive years when they're 23, 24, 35, 36, 47, 48, 59, 60. So whenever you hit those ages, that's when you're in your own energy. So, and you hit your enemy years, because this is very important, when you're 17, 18. That's why most people who pick that college and they're 17, 18 years old in that enemy year, they usually fail.
Okay.
You need that gap year. Gary, tell your parents, Gary the Numbers guy said you need a gap year. It's what it is, man.
All right. So let's get to the fun part. Bills, I just posted an actual tab on X in the chat. We're going to react to right now. All right, guys. So you know what's happening with me and Sneeko, me and Zerka. We're beefing right now, apparently.
Before we get there, you better like this on YouTube. Get
Facts.
those likes up. You
likes up,
want
man.
this drama? Here it is.
Hold on.
And by the way, Zerk is in the chat.
I think it's time to talk about this now, bro. Once and for all. This battle's going to be epic. Just saying. But apparently we got a phone call before this. And here's an actual clip. Aiden wants me to fight Sneeko at Brand Race boxing event. Here we go.
Sneeko versus Fresh, if they want to fight. I would love to do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I would love to do that. We could do it. I'll make it happen. I got nothing against Fresh. First of all, I fuck with Myron a lot. But I fuck with Fresh too, so I got nothing against these guys. But Fresh, if you want to fight Sneeko, let me know. Let's do it on Brand Race, bro. Let's make it happen. Let's go. Let's do it. I would love to do it. Sneeko versus Fresh.
So real quick, Aiden Ross, I think he's a solid dude. He's the one that brought or ushered in deals to the streaming platforms and streamers especially. He's the first I've seen to actually get a massive deal and play it out correctly.
You like Aiden, don't you?
I like him a lot. He's
Maybe
smart with his
because
money.
he's a dragon.
Well, I would tell you this. He paved the way for a lot of streamers that people don't give him enough credit, and that's why I think he's number one still. But recently he had an event here in Miami. You know what I'm about to say. Listen, bro. Gary, this is just keeping it real, bro. The nigga dissed me, right? Not Aiden, Sneeko. So
Go ahead. If you're gonna say it, you might as well say it. I didn't think you were going here.
But
all right.
A lot of times, right? I always take the brunt of things because I think just being a bigger man is better. And I'm talking about people's personal biases or issues. But sometimes I'm like, damn, am I being too nice here? Am I being too laid back? You know, for the islands, bro. I'm very laid back. Coconuts in Barbados. Think about this.
You sure you want to release this, man?
This is important because people need to know.
Okay.
I think, right?
Okay.
'Cause this is going to make the fight even sweeter. So, last Brand Race boxing event, I took Gary, 2 girls, and Myron in a G-Wagon, went to the event, pulled up, right?
Correct.
Now, we got invited, of course. Aiden called us on the phone. We spoke. Pull
Correct.
up, guys. You're good to go. Then what happened was we pull up to the gate. Bunch of kids are around. Bunch of people that love Aiden and the event going crazy. Yo, Fresh and Fit, let's go. Da-da-da. Yo, Myron, we love you. Gary, we love you. And by the way, this is on the vlog. I'll post it later on. And what happened was they make sure everything's good to go. They're calling in. Hey, can we let them in the gate? We're getting access. Then Myron gets out to talk to some people there on the side that want to get some pictures, which is pretty dope of him, being the humble guy he is. And then what happens is Sneeko pulls up. They say, move the car. We move the car. Sneeko goes in. All of a sudden, I get a phone call. Hey, Fresh, they're good to go, but you can't come in. And I'm like, wait, I can't come in? What's going on here? Come to find out is because Sneeko said, I don't want him in here. Now, hold on. I'm not finished yet. I remember there was an event, Power Slap, in Vegas. Went over there, me, some other influencers, and of course, Sneeko was there.
I was there.
Now remember, back then, Sneeko did some people. And I'm cool with them. To say, you know what? I know what's going to happen here. You're going to tell them no, but I'll talk to some people, see what I can do. So I spent 40 minutes trying to get him into this VIP spot.
You did.
With
I
someone
remember I was there.
that he dissed. And funny enough, all of that I did, he must have forgot. And I remember I did so much other things too that I won't talk about. But that day at the Brian Riss boxing event, I said, got it. I turned back, left with the girls, went to a chill lounge, just vibed out. And I said, I will never forget this day of what he did to me.
This is true. This is true.
Let me add in
This is true.
Let me add in the context here too as well. So Gary, on my behalf, so listen, Aiden, Sneeko, Fresh is my guy. What's going on? This is crazy. And Sneeko then said he can come in. But here's the problem.
Again, to his credit, within 30 seconds of me talking to him, Sneeko said, let him in.
But here's the problem. I would never block his benefits in real time, ever. This is content. Back and forth content is what it is. This is all fun and games. But in real life, when it comes to actually getting things done, I've always used, Gary, you know this, bro. I've always had his back with deals, connections, and making things happen. I would never personally hurt him in real life like that. Now, obviously, you know, the content back and forth, it was fun and all. But when real life hits like this, oh, don't worry. I'm going to get the last laugh. Because, you know, it's funny. The shoe's always on the right foot at the right time. And at some point, I'm going to have the upper hand. And just remember this moment. I said it here. He denied me entry. Trust me. I'm not going to do that to him. I'm going to do even better. But anyhow, they want a box, set it up. We talked on the phone a little bit earlier. We'll see what happens. But, I mean, there's more I can go into right now, but I'll leave it there. And I just remember things I don't forget. And like you said, I'm a monkey. I play games.
Chat,
the last laugh.
Give me 1 for Walter or 2 for Sneeko, who you think would actually win that boxing match.
Yeah.
1 for Fresh, 2 for Sneeko in the chat. Let's see who everyone thinks good. Oh, we got ones coming out here.
Yeah.
Everyone's got you.
But
now,
but hold on. This is the bell of justice coming to fruition. So I remember people saying, of course, that, you know what, Fresh, you went in hard on Sneeko. You went too hard on Sneeko. But everything I said to Sneeko on this podcast and the one with Myron, I said to his face. Nothing new, nothing different. It's all been said before. But what happened was, he gets very emotional. You know why he gets emotional? Because the truth hurts. Listen, bro. As a friend, off camera, on camera, I say the same shit. Nothing new, nothing different. But this time, on No Jumper, he took offense. I don't know why. Maybe he's on his period. I don't know what happened. But what happened was that, bro, I'm keeping it real. And as a young man, you should understand content, buddy. Content means it's just fun, bro. Just keeping it real. It's already out there. You're on the boat with some hoes. Oh, nigga, it's Ramadan. What you want me to do? Yo, nigga, you clear yourself, nigga? Bro, first of all, nigga, aren't you Muslim? You're on boats with hoes, drinking alcohol, talking about me? Nigga, fuck you. And the boxing event, we're going to see what's up. But I'm just keeping it real, bro. You do it to yourself. So I just said the truth to his face. He got mad at it. Now, Gary, tell me this. I understand my flaws. I stutter sometimes. I'm not the most articulate or most charismatic. But I know my faults. I know what I need to work on. If you tell your audience you're one thing, do the opposite, what is that? I know you don't. It's rhetorical. You don't have to answer. But the point is that, like, at some point, you got to take accountability, bro. And listen, I do too as well. But when you make it a point to say I'm jealous of you, bro, of what? No offense, Sneeko. My car's better than your car. My bitches are better. And I'm not trying to be Muslim. So, just keeping it real, bro. You made your own grave, bro. This is all you're doing. I didn't do shit. I just said the truth. And if you're mad at it, bro, that's all on you. And at the end of the day, just keeping it real here, bro. I know what you need, bro. You need a rebrand because you fucked it up, nigga. Keeping it real. So, this is how we can handle this shit, bro. Boxing ring.
In the ring.
Aiden Ross event. We'll make it happen. And of course, this is me just keeping it real. And listen, you might not like me for saying this shit, but hey, it is what it is. I didn't label shit. But you know what you did, Sneeko. You said I'm jealous of you. I'm hating. When did I ever hate on you, bro? Actually, from the time I met you, I've given you opportunities too. Where I said, you know what? You're part of our team, bro. I got your back, bro. Whatever we get, we'll give to you as well.
How many people did you introduce Nico to?
A lot. But also, he did too as well. It was a
Okay, so it's
fair
mutual.
exchange.
It was mutual.
100%.
Okay.
Keeping it real.
Okay.
But when I started helping him with some real shit, and he's like, bro, nah, bro, I'll be fine. I'm like, Stigo, just so you know, you go on this path. And I do. Here's funny. I know what he wants. He wants to have the fame and the clout and to be around certain people. But you get on this path, it won't happen like that. And as a result, you become what? A brand risk. So I was like, all right, bro, just keeping it real with you. I'm with CEOs and executives that tell you what to do. I know what's happening. Don't do this. I'm young. I'm a creator. I'm going to do what I want. Then this shit happens. It's like, bro, why you mad at me? So I'm going to end it there, but just keeping it real as a friend. I told him off camera and on camera. So I don't see what the problem is. And that's it, man.
I guess we got our clips for tomorrow.
Just keeping it real, man.
yeah. Listen.
I said it.
I remember I was there with you, and I went in, and I'm like, I saw Sneeko. I'm like, what the hell, dude? And he's like, he tried to go after me, and I'm like, to his credit, again, he did change his mind very quickly after talking to him, and he did say you can come in. So I want to put that out there because I'm here to tell the truth of both sides and stuff like that. And I also told Sneeko that there would probably be health to pay for that. And I didn't know you were going to do this today, but, surprise, surprise, surprise.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Again, I'm all for content and having fun, but
You know who else is for content?
who?
John Zerka in our chat room trying to get as much content as possible. I mean, damn, bro. You
Wait.
that desperate for clout, bro?
Did you teach him everything he knows about numerology?
About numerology and astrology, yes. But listen, I'm sure he picked up some stuff other places. But anything relevant, like he was doing super chats for like $5. So again, if you don't want to pay me 98 or above, that's fine. You can go to John. He can give you a reading for $5. That's value for him. With that Canadian dollar, it's kind of tough though, man. That's about $3.30 in American. So it is what it is. But
Damn, son.
people get what they get. Listen, to John Zerka's credit, he's one of the funniest mans on the planet. And I'll just keep it at that, brother. But, keep popping up there on Twitter. Keep trying to get that clout, brother, because you will never get that 2023 brag, brother, ever.
Speaking of Zerka, he made a post today on X. Can you bring it up real quick if you don't mind, Bills, on the side panel here? So
Zerka, we're making you famous again.
Facts, bro. Give you some air, bro. You need some air.
He
to
hasn't
breathe.
been relevant since about that dating show with you.
I know, bro.
No, literally, that was the last thing he ever did. Remember when you guys were basically doing that one show when my room was
Pop
going?
the balloon.
Yep, pop the balloon.
Yeah.
So I helped organize that stuff,
Yeah.
and you guys were cool. Everything was fine, man.
Listen.
But that was the last time he was actually relevant.
Look, Zerka had a wave, and cocaine, and dumbass mistakes, fighting HS TikToky, getting his ass beat. He lost a wave. Listen, it can happen to anybody. No one's safe. But I think I don't hate the guy. I think Zerka's funny as hell. I just feel bad for him, bro.
People in here and saying that Zerka has more clout than us. Let me make this clear. I got 6 to 7 billion views. Okay? I'm not big on Twitter because I got suspended 22 times by the old regime and 2 times by this regime. They took at least 250,000 followers from me. That's why I'm not big on Twitter. I got 1 million on TikTok. I got over 250,000 on YouTube, only at the game for 2 years. I got huge IGs. Where are you, Zerka? No one knows who you are, little boy. No one knows who you are, little brother. That's exactly what you are, bro. They know who I am in Indonesia. They know who I am in Saudi Arabia. They know who I am in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
I am worldwide, bro. You have a little cult following of a bunch of brokies. Congratulations.
Done. Okay, go to my ex real quick, if you don't mind. So I reposted it actually, because you know what? Give him some credit, bro. I think he did a good job of highlighting my struggle at the beginning. It should be fresh CEO Network. the very top.
And you guys on YouTube, do me a favor, give me some likes. I don't like asking, but this is how this platform works. Click that like button. You guys are over here watching the content. I'll get back to the readings in a second. If you want a live reading, 98 or above.
All right. Yeah, we had some food earlier. Come on a little bit. So, he deleted the post.
I bet he did. Oh, it's doing too well.
Oh, you made it? Okay, cool. Here we go. So he brought up this post, and I reposted it. And you know what's funny? The comments are hilarious, by the way. So let's play real quick. This is taking me back in time. Deja vu, basically.
Hey, by the way, shout out to Jimmy Butler, who's no longer with the Miami Heat and is over there with the Golden State Warriors.
He left.
A snake who is dominating right now in a snake year. Thanks for the chat for reminding me.
It's funny. I know it's people. He got traded.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you later about some girls.
You know, a lot of people think he's Michael Jordan's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Jimmy be living life, bro.
I know he does.
That nigga be outside in certain ways.
He's a Lifepath.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he likes them girls, bro.
All right, so this back in time, guys. What happened back in the day? Let's play it.
Myself or sell the water?
Myself.
Sell the water.
Sell the water?
Sell the water.
That doesn't have as much value as me, sir.
Sell the water.
Okay, sir. This water here, I wouldn't sell it over me. However,
Stop
since
this
you
for a
have,
second. Stop this for a second. H Factor. Sell me this water.
Guys,
Sell me this water.
our sponsor for today's
Let's see
show
if
is
he got
H
better at this.
Factor. Hydrogen infused water helps you with electrolytes, keeps you energized, and it's well looking fresh. Get it while you still can, guys. Support us, support H Factor. Let's get to it, bro. But this is
that
me.
was much better.
This is
that
me.
was much better.
Back in 2019, I was fresh off the boat in America. Sorry, this is 2016 actually. 2016. Fresh off the boat in America. I was struggling. I had a terrible stutter. I was nervous. I was like, shit, this nigga's like King Kong here in Miami with real estate. I was shook. Nervous as hell. So this is me pre anything struggle or anything
Living
like this.
in the ghetto.
Living in the ghetto,
Okay.
trying to make a way out. And of course, you're not your failures, man.
The chat said deport you.
Listen, man, I understand. But hold on.
He was just at Mar-a-Lago. Trump likes him.
Exactly. There you go. Trump is that guy. But let's continue real quick.
Look how you sold that water, though, bro. I know.
Sell the water, man.
Yo, send that clip back to Cardone, man.
Actually,
tell him to reconsider.
Hold on. Real quick.
Yep.
He's going to be on the podcast March 31st, this month, actually.
Look how the world actually works. I want you to think about this.
Yeah.
10
Think about
years
this.
ago, about 9 years ago, Fresh went on this guy's show,
Yeah.
and he basically said, no, I'm not going to have you.
Yes.
And 9 years later, this guy is such a huge success that Grant's coming on his show.
Yep.
Yo, Zerka, shut the hell up. You will
Yeah, bro.
never have enough clout for that guy to talk to you. Even though Grant and Zerka both born in dog years, they ain't gonna woof at each other.
Listen, man, and listen, guys. Honestly, man, we don't hate nobody. It's just content, pretty much. And you know, I wish those guys the best, but just keeping it real, bro. In the game of social media and streaming and what's coming next, you got to be smart, man. So we're moving smart. Let's play it though.
this water here is very good for you. Has a lot of nutrients in it as well. However, at the same time, this water can be or not be important to you.
You know anything about bees?
Not particularly, sir.
Just bought this property in Nashville, and bees are swarming the property, creating honey. Honey's running down the post at the office. And they wrote me and said, hey, we have a serious problem with honeybees. And then they didn't tell me what the solution is. What can you do for me, man?
I can do a number of
You
things,
sound
sir.
like a robot, dude, when you talk to me. Can you do sales, Jared?
No.
You look like a good guy. But everybody in here has been a good guy so far, except for the first two people I cut this morning that were probably criminals.
Now might be a good time to try to save yourself.
I mean, a bee makes more sense than you do right now.
Okay, currently, sir, I am developing my skills in sales. However,
We did a personality profile on you. Walter needs help with problem solving. What do I do about those bees?
first we need to research how to get rid of bees. And secondly, in
It
regard
says that he exudes ego strength and self-confidence. Do you see it?
How much money did you make last month?
$120.
$30 a week is what you make.
Pause. Bro.
Yo, Fresh. Make it rain.
So it's funny because
100. Fresh, you didn't make this in a week.
I was
You didn't
making-
make this in a week, bro.
$30 a week. I was trying flip marketing,
This is America?
trying different, trying different things. It didn't work out. But
You
I was
don't say.
determined to make something happen. And I just left everything in Barbados. I just came over here, and that was it.
Straight
Either
off the boat.
make it happen or fail. And this moment here, yeah, it was humbling because, yeah, I didn't make shit, bro. I was like, you know what? This may be an opportunity for me. I'm going to give it a shot. And I went there expecting, you know what? I'll try my best. And back then, that was my best. It was terrible, but it was my best.
That's pretty bad for your
I know.
best, bro.
I know.
But I want you to think about this. Everyone in the audience, I want you to think about this. Play that clip over and over and over and ask yourself, would you ever bet on that guy right there
No.
being part of one of the biggest podcasts on YouTube? Would you have ever bet that? Brother, I wouldn't even bet this on. I wouldn't bet a penny to that happen. And you actually did it.
Yeah.
That's a
And this is-
33-6
This
for
is
you.
the power of networking as well. Because, for example, a lot of people are not A mics. They could be B mics, just to give out podcast terminology.
A lot of people would be B mice to Myron.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Including you, Zerka.
Yeah. And funny enough, man, it's not about being the most braggadocious or the most, like, you know,
Supposed to do this when you do that.
well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about understanding what you're good at, what your value is, and being that for the team. Because no one's a one-man army. It's a team, right? So I think for me personally, I understood what I was good at, where I could fit in. And
What are you good at, Fresh? I'm still trying to figure it out.
Me too, bro. Every day I try to figure it out. And that was the beginning of a soul searching that I found a lot going on with my life. But yeah, and then he pretty much tells me like, oh, wait, you could keep it going real quick. We're almost done here. And then they say you don't have whatever it takes, and you're not gonna make it in life, pretty much.
Walter
Yeah, here we go.
needs help with problem solving. What do I do about those bees?
First, we need to research how to get rid of bees. And secondly, in
It
regard
says that he exudes ego strength and self-confidence. Do you see it?
How much money did you make last month?
$120.
$30 a week is what you made last month.
Yes, sir.
How much money do you
I
want
mean,
to
if
make?
you go to
I would-
McDonald's 3 times, you're
I would-
broke.
Doing the 10x rule, I really would like to make 100,000.
Yeah.
My goal.
Why 100,000, dude?
Done.
And get paid.
You don't have whatever it takes. Not this team.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck to you, all right?
Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you, man. This is what every company in America is going through. We get worn out looking at resumes, so we end up hiring Walter.
Let me ask you something, Walter. If you were making $30 a week, where'd you get that suit?
So you know what's funny? I came to America with about 2K in my, in hand, and I took that 2K. I bought a suit. I bought some shoes from H&M. It was a clearance rack, and I took that suit to the interview.
There you go, guys.
But you know what's encouraging about this, guys, is that like it doesn't matter if you're told no 1,000 times. You just gotta keep trying, man. That's the biggest thing here, because you may start from nothing or have a bad, stutter or a bad start. But you don't have to end up there. You can always change your destiny. I think for most people here, you should be encouraged because listen, I was way worse than you were, and now we're here today. So,
I mean, this is an inspiring story for anyone.
yeah.
And if you don't get inspiration off this, there's something really wrong with you. Or you're just a freaking hater.
But look at the comments, though. I just find it hilarious because you just go back to my page real quick. He tried to diss me with this video, right? And yeah, just go to comments real quick. It actually encouraged a lot of people to try harder as well. Come down a little bit. No, just come down a little bit. There you go. So it actually turned people for me, which is hilarious. So I think, huh? Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. But, I just look at it as this way, people can hate on me, whatever, but I'm still here. And I won't give up no matter what happens. So that's what it is.
Fresh, you have to understand, and the people listening have to understand, there's a lot of haters out there who have absolutely nothing going on for them. They don't have any woman. If they do have a woman, they ain't going to take her out in public. It's one of those type of deals. They have no money. They're angry all the time. And then they see someone who they perceive in their own eyes, oh, I'm better than Fresh. I'm better than Gary. How'd they get there?
Yeah.
And I'm over here? Because that's always the question you could ask yourself. And you know what the answer is? We outworked you.
Facts. We show up.
We outworked you.
Every day we show
Do you
up.
know I spent $80,000 on dinner since I came to Miami?
Really?
80,000 networking with people on dinners. I already made all that money back, then some. But and by the way, when I go out to dinner, I pay the check. There's none of this splitting checks. And by the way, if anyone ever sits at the table with me and they ask to split a check, I ain't gonna go to dinner with them again.
Yeah.
Because I don't like those brokies around me.
We're
man.
fighting for the check, actually.
Yeah, well,
most
exactly.
of the time.
We're always fighting for the check, man.
Yeah.
These are the type of people you want to be around.
Yep.
People who will battle you for that goddamn paycheck. But, most of you guys don't know anything about that because you don't have any friends who either have it or have any actual morality. Some friends, I lost my wallet. Oh, my bad. I'll get it next time. Yeah, bro, it ain't going to be next time because I ain't go out with you again, man.
Facts.
Here's the thing. I even like leaving big tips, man. One of the things I've been doing since COVID, like if I go to a restaurant or something like that and it's like, $60, just keep the change. That, $40 puts a smile on this waitress' face.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel good. I bought a smile for $40, okay? You simps are paying for OnlyFans for $40. I'm giving tips out there, man. How's that? We ain't the same,
There's
bro.
some Indian guy in Mumbai or something.
We got plenty of them around here, too.
Oh, man.
All right, let's do another super chat. Let's see. 2/1/1994. Myron's birthday. Female. Live in New York. Mail carrier. What advice do you give me? What the hell? I can't even see the whole damn thing.
Let's see it real quick.
Oh, here, I see it now.
Sierra?
What advice could you give me? My daughter is born 9/9/2017. All right, let's start with that. 9/9/2017 is a one life path. So as someone who's a one life path, you understand, even though she's a woman, she's going to think like a man. But the fact that she's a Virgo, let me tell you, bro, Virgos are so critical about everything. I mean, even if a guy's a Virgo, I still consider him somewhat female because he's always bitching about something. All you Virgos out there, I'm talking to you. August and September ones. So when it comes down to it, Virgos have a very critical personality, man. So they got to loosen up a little bit about life, man. Don't get so pissed off about everything all the time. Quite frankly, when I look at you, don't drink.
Damn.
Make sure your daughter does not drink. She's going to be very aggressive. One and a rooster. That's very aggressive for a female. Next one, 5/23/2020. So this daughter is going to be better looking than the other one. I know I'm bullying. But she's born on the 23rd. 2 and 3 is 5. And anyone born on the 5th, 14th, 23rd is going to have good looks. It is what it is. It's the only thing that made Zerka a star. He's born on the 23rd. Some people who are born on the 23rd have charisma. So this person's going to have charisma. Quite frankly, this person's a 5 life path. But you have to understand, they're a rat. They're going to leave the nest early. Going back to you. Can you see if 2/1/1994 is a rooster or a dog, please? Really quickly, Nobel.
Isn't it a rooster?
No, I don't know. She said she's a rooster. I want to make sure.
Gotcha.
93 is a rooster, but 2/1/94 still could be a dog.
Okay.
She's a rooster? Okay, so when it comes down to it, you're a rooster, you have a rooster daughter. That's going to be a fun house, man. So roosters are extremely aggressive. And when you have 2 roosters in the same house, what do you have? A cockfight.
Cockfight.
So when it comes down to it, if you're a rooster, Bob, and
No pun intended.
you're have a rooster daughter, you're gonna have some fun there. It's gonna be some screaming back and forth. So my advice to you: have the best snake year possible. It is honestly a blessing to have kids in your own triad. That's who I am. My first kid's a snake. I'm born in the snake year, and yes, I did plan that.
You planned that?
Of course.
That's crazy.
No, bro. Listen, I got married in 2004. 2004 is a 6th universal year. Good time to get married. And my wife wanted to have babies right away, but I didn't have any of this, so I can't have any babies because I can't support these babies. So it took me a while to get established and stuff. And once I was at the point where I'm making over 100,000, now we can talk about kids. But I knew that would come around when it did.
You know what's scary? Having kids before you make it. That to me is scary.
I can't do it.
I was driving past this intersection one time, in the hood, by the way. I saw this guy
Shocking.
with this huge girl, with 3 kids, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this guy is dating this overweight chick, bro, fugly as hell." Listen, I know I'm not the best looker, but nigga, she was terrible, and I'm like, 3 kids walking with them. That to me is the definition of defeat. At that point, bro, like you've lost it, bro. Cause nigga, that's 3 kids you gotta take care of. Nigga, you look broke.
Man, why are you talking shit about Andrew Wilson?
Yo,
Why you talking shit about Andrew
Hold on,
Wilson,
that's
man?
my guy, man. Chill.
I mean, doesn't he have 3 kids? We
They're
talking
not-
about different. Okay, my bad.
Anyhow, the point is,
Shout out to Andrew and Rachel.
he got money, by the way. When you're
You mean
broke
she
like
got
that,
money.
and you got to take care of 3 kids, bro, that are yours, bro, you're cooked, bro. Like life is 10 times harder because there's 3 kids you got to take care of, and I guarantee you, his girl makes more money than him. I guarantee you.
Could you ever take care of another kid's man?
No, I
Another-
can't.
no.
I did it one
Could you?
time. I won't do it again. But that's
Oh, you
just
did?
I did at
How
one
long?
point. So I was married to a single mom from back in the day.
How
Yeah.
long?
Less than a year.
So, what year was this?
I think 2018,
2018.
somewhere around there.
So you were a brokey back then.
100%.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you had a brokey mindset. So you had a single mother as a wife.
Yeah.
And let me ask you something. Straight up, all jokes aside, no bullshit. If you stayed married to that woman, would you be where you're at today?
No, 100%. You know what's crazy about that scenario? So back then, I wanted to be more focused on my religion, Christ-like, and I want to do things the right way. I didn't want to live with a woman and be not married to her.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? Just do things the right way. I'm gonna do this. But I really wasn't like in love or none of that stuff. Just like she was cool, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I love this woman, or whatever. So what happened was, I'm there and I'm like, hold on a second here. Why did I come to America? To be successful. This is not success. I'm putting money towards this unit of family, but it's not for my family. What am I doing? So I sat in my car after work one day. I was like, you know what? This isn't right. I gotta figure something out. I'm on YouTube, like dating a single mother, good and bad about it. What's going on? And
You
I
should have
find,
found Myron before you found him.
yeah, and I found some YouTubers, right, that were talking about this topic about single mother and dating. And what happened was they brought up valid points about being a man and success. And you're not gonna take on someone else's child while they live their life, but now you're stuck with that responsibility. No, I didn't come here to waste time and take care of someone else's kid. I came to be successful. So I had to make a choice. Either stay and deal with this shit or make a change and become who I want to become. And I made a choice. I went home that day. I said, listen, it's been swell, but I got to go. I mean, she cried.
Peace.
It is what it is. But I can't bear this burden that is not mine. And I should have known that before I did that. It was dumb, 100%. I'll hold the L for sure. Shouldn't have did that. So lesson learned, and I hope I can pass it along to other people. But that moment taught me that I can't have any distractions in my life to be successful. I can't.
The real lesson in that is the fact that you guys are listening right now, and you heard this man say, who's a multimillionaire,
Yeah.
that he stayed with that single mother. He was cooked.
Yeah.
Absolutely could. No chance you get to where you are right now
Yeah.
if you stayed in that relationship.
Nope.
And what do you think? He's the exception in the rule? This is how it works. So again, if a woman is a single mother, listen, if it happened because, you know, the man died in war or a car accident or some outrageous stuff, I feel for you. I really do. But that still doesn't make it another man's responsibility. Please do not do that. I was with my wife for 9 years before we had a child. Why? Because I'm born in the year of the snake, and I wanted a child born in the snake year. That's how I roll. I believe in this stuff. And guess what? My student, my main student, which is my son, he's a valedictorian of his school already.
There you go.
12 years old.
Starting smart.
Hey, man. You know, he got the looks from the mom, but he definitely didn't get it from me. But he got the looks from the mom, and he got the intelligence from that 33 Lifepath that you guys are all listening to right now. But you know, you're kind of like a 33-6 too, because if we do your birthday, 10 plus 2 is 12, 1 9 9 2 is 21, 21 and 12 is 33. So you have that energy there too, bro, and that explains how a person who isn't the best talker in the world, someone who started, and by the way, you're miles better than you were with Greg Cardone.
Yeah, that was terrible, bro.
And
That was bad.
the fact that you can do this now just proves to everyone that 33s are better than you. You understand? I know it pisses you people off on Twitter. I know it pisses you people off on YouTube that you have to go to your 9 to 5s and have to go home to your whores and all this other shit. And then you see us successful. I know it pisses you off, but guess what? You can't do shit about it.
Listen, man.
Hey, hold up. I don't want to be. I'm not done pissing them off. Here you go. Make it fucking rain.
Gary's a bit more vocal than me about it, but yes, I will say you got to put in the work. And even though, you know, people think they're better than us on the panel here today.
How come you got any of this, man?
We've put in the work to be here, so we show up every day and we make it happen. So there you go. This thing is so crazy, bro.
Yeah,
All right.
talk to him.
I know.
And by the way, I told you at the very beginning of this program, if someone is born in the goat year, they're a gold digger in Chinese astrology. If they're Aries, they will leave you if you lose your bag.
Damn.
And by the way, you want to attract the Capricorn woman? You know what you do?
What?
I'll show you exactly what you do.
What do you do?
That's porn to him. That's porn to a Capricorn. Straight up. Capricorn. Why do you think you have Benjamin Franklin on here? He's a Capricorn. That's why I call it Capricorn capitalism.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, baby. That's how it works. So let's talk about some of the signs since we're off TikTok. They're a little bit easier to shop in than others.
So Capricorn is one?
No. Capricorn is definitely not one. They're actually pretty prudes, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like, for instance, a Capricorn woman is more interested in security than she is into six packs or having sex or anything like that. They want to make sure their man has potential and a bag. Some of the looser signs would be like Sagittarius. Like, for instance, every sign has a spot, okay? And Sagittarius's are right here. I know you guys see my sexy foot.
Oh God.
Okay, so here it is.
Oh God.
Man. Here it is. I want you guys to understand something. All you have to do is massage a Sagittarius's foot. They're open like 7-Eleven, bro. Straight up. Sages love foot massages. Do you want some free game out there?
So foot fetish?
Just if anyone is born in the time of the Pisces, they are very susceptible to getting their feet rubbed. Now, for instance, if it's a Gemini woman, rub her shoulders. That's their spot. They love it. They absolutely love it. So let me show you how this works, man. Fresh, put your hands like this.
Bro, it's better be some chill shit.
No, actually, take all this stuff off first.
Dog.
Trust me, it works. It works, man. Just trust me.
All right, man.
I'm trying to get the chat involved,
just
man.
know I don't know what's happening
Just go
here.
like this. Just go like this.
Yeah.
Then slowly take your hands apart. Then put them back together, but don't touch. Do that a couple times. Slowly.
Bro, what is this, bro?
Do you feel some energy between your hands? Be honest.
I feel something.
Yeah, you feel something. So what that is you're actually supercharging your hands right now with the energy within them. So what you do this is you go like this, do this for about a minute, and then you touch that woman in her spot. She'll fucking love it.
Really?
Yeah, bro. These are tricks of the trade that I used to do when I was back in my 20s and stuff like that. Now, see, I'm married, and I can't actually use these skills anymore. Could you imagine being like a Michael Jordan, but you can't play basketball anymore? It is what it is. So what I basically try to tell you guys, use this information, and even your sorry ass might be able to get a woman.
Yeah, I do think there's points you can touch a woman to turn her on for sure. I mean, there's also always the neck, the ear, behind the ear.
Yeah, the neck is the Taurus.
Yeah.
So if someone's born in Taurus, you give them neck massage, man.
Okay.
Now, you know what the difficult one is?
What?
Cancer. Because cancer is right here, the chest, right? So I can think of a good excuse, but like, oh, baby, what's that in your hair? You know, just gently rub her, and then the Aries spot is right here. Or someone's a Gemini. Hey, what's up, girl? You know. But if someone is a Cancer, can't really touch these now, can you?
Nah, that'll be considered assault.
And by the way, Cancer women, they don't need breast implants. I'll leave it there.
I would argue that she should like you at least somewhat though before you touch her. You know what I'm saying? Like at least a little bit. She should like you.
Depends what country you're in.
If not, you're cooked.
Again, depends what country you're in.
Hey man, just saying. Okay, we got another super chat here.
Let's do it.
Darwin Molina says, I was born on February 1st, 1997. I'm from Columbia, living in Boston, Massachusetts. Any advice for next year?
February 1st. That's the second February 1st we had, 1997.
1997, yeah.
So is that a rat or ox? Someone please check real quick.
Noble, if you could check real quick.
Yep. So we have a 11 Lifepath. And I'll keep saying this about 11s. They are the old souls, man. The 11s have went through all the lessons in the reincarnations of the 1 through 9. So when you're an 11, you're going to be tested with basically emotion. 11s are extremely emotional people. And that is their biggest challenge in life, controlling their emotions and not letting their emotions control them. Could you imagine being a woman and being with a man who's more emotional than you?
Damn.
Be with an 11, you'll see what that's like. 11s are extremely emotional, and that is their life challenge. So for this person, their life challenge would be someone that control their own emotions. What is it? A rat? So as a rat, and there's a big difference between a rat and an ox. A ox is going to be in your face. A rat has other people do its dirty work for him. That's why Israel was founded in 1948, the year of the rat. You understand how that works? They understand how that works. People have different signs. America was founded in 1776. Guess what? The rat and the monkey are friends. America and Israel are friends. Like how that works? Yeah. You like that now? That's how it works.
Funny.
So we can go anywhere and use this knowledge. So as a rat, the rat's greatest ability is to sense danger. And they're also very manipulative if they want to actually use that ability. But as an 11 rat, you're going to be able to sense things that no one else can sense. Quite frankly, you're in a 3-year cycle, and this is your year to be social. Next year, watch out for law and order. Watch out for anything that could impede your freedom. And in 2027, I expect you to travel.
Okay.
Any others?
That's it for now.
If you want any super chats, it's 98 or above.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the clips again. So we covered Zerka, Nico. The next one should be, I believe, Conor McGregor. Yeah, so we spoke about it earlier, but he's actually running, planning to run for president of Ireland. So, yeah, I wish him the best, man.
He's got my vote.
He's going to have a lot of haters, of course, because of who he is. And, of course, people don't want to see you win. But, again, with a good fan base, you can almost always count on them to back you in that fight. So, shout out to him. What's the next one? All right, so Lacey throws his phone in the water after his date asks him to stay off of it. I don't know what this is, brother, but let's watch it real quick. Tell me what you think, Gary.
You're gonna go on it in 5 seconds.
No,
you
I'm
can't
not.
keep your hands off of it.
I'm not gonna.
Listen,
I just locked it and threw it in the water.
No, you didn't. It's right there.
Oh.
Throw it in the water. You actually threw your phone in the water.
Go on, locked, thrown away.
Why would you do that?
Pause.
I hope he has
Now-
a backup.
Do I believe that this is real? Probably not. But what is funny is that this is actually in Miami, in Bayside. You can see the scenery, Hard Rock right behind it. And for the camera, he's going to hype it up. But again, if it was real, this would be dumb to do because, honestly speaking, bro, it's your phone. She's on a date. You're a leader. If you're on your phone, it is what it is. You bending to her will because you're on your phone is weak. Again, I think it's not real. But then again, if it is real, it's an L.
Speaking of weak men, can we see Alec Baldwin?
Yes. Yo. Can
Speaking
we go
of
there?
weak men,
This
can
was
we please
insane.
see Alec? I haven't seen someone get embarrassed like that by a girl since I saw Sartain get embarrassed by his. I haven't seen anything like that.
Listen.
At one time. Oh, shout out to Michael, man. I got nothing against him. I did a podcast with him
Mike
twice.
is that guy. Mike is that
And
guy.
He's a cool guy, man. But I haven't seen someone get that embarrassed in a while, bro.
Yeah, here we go.
What? Let's hear it.
Okay, let's go. And by the way, people hate Alec Baldwin, but this is like incredibly disgusting what happened to him, though.
The Ilaria show.
No. I think we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great.
This
You're
season.
a winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking. No. When I'm talking, this is why yes, we have like this on the show.
Pause.
Yo,
Run it back.
she didn't just say
Yeah.
shut up. She put a hand in his
When I'm
face,
talking,
bro.
nigga, yo, put it back, put it back, bro. If you don't mind, Bills. This is a quick recap. Okay, once again.
The Ilaria show.
No. I think we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great.
This
You're a
season.
winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking. No. When I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why yes.
Yo, look at his face. Bro, she cooked your ass, bro. Yo, Gary. Hey, that was your wife. What would you do?
Divorce?
Bro. Yeah.
Listen. My wife would never embarrass
True.
me. Listen, behind closed doors.
Yeah.
You can tell me to shut the hell up. But never would she do something like that to me. I want you to go back. I want to do a play-by-play of this, man, because I want you simps to pay attention.
Yeah,
Go to the
closely,
very beginning
closely.
again.
Very
Go to the very
closely.
beginning again. I want you to see this.
Thank you, Bills.
All right, play it from the
The
start.
Ilaria show.
No. I think we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna
This
be great.
He's simping.
This
You're a
season.
winner.
He's
Oh my God!
simping.
When I'm talking, you're not talking. No. When I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to like just cut him out
Stop
of the
it
show.
right there. Stop it right there.
Yo.
Stop it right there. I want you to understand something. He went in there and he tried to give her a compliment.
Yeah.
Not once, but twice.
Twice.
And what'd she do? She said, shut the fuck up.
I'm talking.
This is my interview. Yo, bro, where the fuck are your balls? Did she cut off your balls at your fucking wedding day? Like, what the fuck is this? This is not a man. This is a bitch.
Also, remember this. Without him, who would she be?
Just another broad.
So why is she so confident to talk to him like this in public? It's because
He's a simp.
he gave her the right to. See, the problem is, right, bro, is like, all right, even behind closed doors, there should be respect level. And this right here in the public eye is 10x worse. We were in Vegas a couple months ago, me and Myron, for an event. And we were in a casino walking through. There was a woman literally shouting at a guy, slap him in the face. And we're like, wait a minute. Should we step in and save this guy? Yeah, we should. We probably should. But it ended before we even got there. And what's scary is that, like, legit, bro, this didn't happen overnight. It's been a period of time where, like, he's been accepting her disrespects, talking back to him, maybe hitting him. And what happens is it'll manifest in real time in public after a while. So as a result, I guarantee you at the crib, when they're alone, this happens constantly. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, babe. It's okay. And as a man, if you let go once or twice, it's over. Because at that point, oh, I can walk all over him? You're cooked.
What are the chances that she has a boyfriend on the side?
I guarantee you she has someone she's talking to. Either a gardener, a trainer, a friend at work. Wink, wink, at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, these women, bro, don't respect their man. So what happens is he's seen as a money pig, pretty much, and that's all he is to them. Because, dude, this right here shows you're not worth shit, bro.
Cuckery.
Yeah, you're a cuck, basically. So
and,
listen.
and notice how he's standing behind her.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, guys. See, this is your typical Democrat.
Bro.
This is your typical person who voted for Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Right there. So if this is the type of country you want, this is what you're going to get. But quite frankly, we have a man in charge now, Donald Trump. You think Donald Trump would ever let Melania talk to him like that, especially in public?
No, she has
never.
respect. Yeah.
Never. And that is the difference between a man and a bitch.
Well said. Let's continue it. It's sad, though, bro. It's really sad.
No, I mean, I think this is a really
Oh, he's pissed.
raw show.
Oh,
and
he's
it's very
pissed.
real,
Very
and
pissed.
we took a lot of chances. And, you know, I think that we'll see where it leads us. We'll see what it feels like to have be out there, and then we'll see, you know, if people like it. That's enough.
The Ilaria show.
All right, that's enough of that. Listen, we could cook this nigga for about 2 hours.
2 hours,
It won't
yeah.
fucking matter.
No, it's cooked, bro. I think he chose his life, and he's happy with it, so.
It is what it
Real
is.
quick, we got a Rumble chat. Shout out to you guys for supporting.
Okay.
Diglets, he says, "Gee, can you tell him everything about about the rabbit?" Okay, he wants to know about the rabbit.
It's not a rabbit, it's a cat. That's the first mistake. See, the rabbit is in Chinese, but we actually follow the Vietnamese. And the Vietnamese, it's a cat. And the thing is, rabbits are supposed to be these peaceful people, but cats, they're not like that. See, this man's greatest ability at being a cat is his ability to use psychology. Psychology
Diglets,
is
man.
so good when it comes down. They don't have to go to school for it. It's just natural to them. They love to figure out how people's minds tick. And that is what a cat is. And
Bro.
remember, it's not a rabbit, it's a cat.
I know you don't know him very well, but he's a member of our chat. He's amazing. Always donates. He's very good at triggering people. Yo, this is on point, bro. What the fuck, man?
Hey, I do what I do. Let's do a super chat over here.
W. Gary in the chat.
Let's see. Bridget, 428, 1981. Should I start trucking this? Well, okay, so you're asking me if you start trucking because you're in a 5-year cycle. I'm assuming that's why you're asking me. And quite frankly, yes, if that's what you have your mind on in a 5-year cycle, you should be on the move. So yes, I think that I always told people, become a pilot, be a truck driver, Uber driver, whatever. That is something that you can obviously take advantage of in the 5 energy, and you hit your 5-year cycle in a month. So, it is what it is. Quite frankly, you're born on the 28th, go to the casino every 28th, play a lottery ticket every 28th. 28th's got a golden ticket. Now, obviously, not everyone born on the 28th is going to be rich, but whenever you need money, somehow it's always going to come. That is the power of the 28.
Wow. Guys, by the way, I am actually not monetized on YouTube, so go to Rumble to support me as well. And then, of course, Gary.
Yeah,
me too.
don't worry about his chat donating to this one. Don't worry about that, man.
it's
We're
fine.
gonna keep it real good with YouTube.
We'll do it on Rumble. All right, we got another one here from Ara for you. Toronto, Ontario, Canada, June 18, 1990.
All right, June 18, 1990. So we have a 7 life path horse. Is this a man or a woman?
This is actually Ara. Is that a? Okay, Ara. Just obviously your name is Paul. Gonna be a woman. Hopefully you are.
I just want to make sure because you know the sex matters when they give readings.
Let me see. Okay, Ara, can you tell us what you are? Because we're
Okay, I'm just going to give a reading for a neutral person. This person is extremely adaptive because of the 9 energy. When it comes down to it, they should be home and family oriented, even though they had probably some. Maybe their parents are divorced. They probably have issues with one of their parents, but they should be home and family oriented when it comes to taking care of others. That should have been a big part of their life so far. As a person, you're extremely stubborn. You should be in very good shape. You started getting money in your 30s and stuff like that. Your years next year, just like a lot of people who are born in horse years, their years next year. So if you're born in the horse year, whether it be 1990, 1978, 1966, or 2002, plan this year. So whatever you want to do, start a business, start earning enough money, start building the capital for it. Because the difference between great men like Napoleon, Caesar, a Genghis Khan is timing. There have been plenty of people just as charismatic, plenty of people who had just as much charisma and just as much leadership ability, but the difference were they weren't at the right place at the right time. And if you're at the right place at the right time, that's half the battle. So that's my advice to you.
good stuff. By the way, he said that you're accurate 100% about the cat.
No,
Yo,
100%.
chat, bro. Okay, I gave Gary the N-word pass. He's cool, bro. He could use it. All right, just so you guys know. I saw y'all niggas in
I'm
the
an
chat.
American citizen. I got First Amendment rights. I'll say whatever the hell I want.
No, but he's cool though. Cool. So, what's the next clip?
Hold up, do we have one more? 10/17, 2005. Did I do that one?
Yeah.
I did?
No. That
No,
one's
I
actually
did.
no, we didn't do it.
10/17, 2005. I did not do
He
that
said,
one.
"Hey Gary, love you, dude." 10/17, yeah. 05. Anything, please?
Yeah, of course. Anyone born on the 8th, 1726 has got to be into money. So I understand everyone loves money, but the 8s are the ones who can manifest it. When it comes down to it, 8s can manifest money if they keep their karma in check. Now, you're also a 7 life path, which means your biggest challenge in life is going to be, should you get married? And quite frankly, unless you have a snake bride, you shouldn't. Snakes and roosters are the best sign when it comes down to that trine. And quite frankly, I'm a snake and I married a rooster. Snakes can be jealous. And a snake cannot do what he has to do in life if he's going to be fucking jealous. So that's why he has to be with a loyal person. When it comes down to people who are roosters, they need people who are extremely intelligent around them because they're actually turned on by intelligence. So people who are 7s are also the ones who are turned on by intelligence. You're going to need to find someone extremely intelligent. And quite frankly, I would say find yourself an 11 life path because 7-Elevens are soulmates. That's why they have a store called 7-Eleven all over the world. It's hidden in plain sight as always.
Wow. All right. We got next Mr. Beast. He's giving away free breakfast to children in West Africa to keep children out of child labor. I said, I feel like I know more about child labor in Africa than I do YouTube now. And it's because he is promoting his chocolate brand. And he sees that they're actually being used, kids are being used to make it for them in factories. And it's a lot of kids being used in West Africa, all forms, to do that. So I think it's very noble to do this for the community as well in Africa. And as a YouTuber that can give back, he's doing pretty well. So shout out to him for doing that. But I would say, though, Mr. Beast has been under a lot of scrutiny recently. Is it because his enemy year or just because?
No, he is a tiger in the monkey nation. So, it is what it is. But when it comes down to Mr. Beast, he's a 3 life path.
Yeah.
3s are content creators. That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, he spent 7 years doing YouTube without any type of views, and then finally hit it off. Dude.
Yeah, that's what they tell people. I think it's a little bit different, though.
Yeah.
I think the fact that Mr. Beast's logo has certain colors in it that match the transgender flag, I think that has a lot to do with it. So I already talked about this content on YouTube, so it's no big deal, man. They have the exact same colors. So they call him Mr. Beast, and they have the same exact colors. So I think it's a little bit something that was planned. I think Mr. Beast was put on. So I don't expect to be on his show anytime soon.
Well, definitely not now. Okay.
I'm not going to on Joe Rogan's show either. By the way, if you want, we can have Joe Rogan's dad on, though.
Hey, man. Next one is drama alert. It says editors just lost their job to AI. So basically, he's saying editors will lose their job to AI.
That's
right
already happening. That's
Yeah.
already happening. Listen, I got proffers today by one guy who said, yo, I could get rid of all your editors. Just pay me this amount. See, this is what's going to happen. This is what we talked about in episode 1.
Yeah.
It's going to start with the people who are the truck drivers or the taxi drivers. It's going to be a computer. Then the AI is going to replace all the editors. You can literally find someone who uses AI in Indonesia, and he'll replace all your editors right now.
Yeah.
I just tend to be a loyal guy, so I don't need to do that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everyone, AI is coming for every single
person.
one of you. It doesn't matter who you are, it's coming. You know what the one place that's safe?
Yeah.
Content creating.
Yeah, brands.
Brands, because people want to have a personalized relationship with the host. You're not going to be able to do that with the AI.
No.
I mean, maybe they will on OnlyFans, but not here.
I think for a lot of people, especially with AI, because what's coming is going to be crazy, is you got to have, at least on the side, a brand or business you can rely on that either is tied into AI or complements AI. Because what's happening now, guys, with the coming future and what's happening in the world, we're going to see a shift in job security from security to no security at all. It's happening right now as you can speak. Even in tech world, I said this before, 140,000 people lost their jobs recently in Meta, Microsoft, other companies as well, including Amazon. And that is a sign of the times coming for AI. So guys, fun thing you could do on the side that's going to be, again, a brand of yourself that you can promote or a complement to AI in the future.
We're trying to save you guys right now.
Yeah, yeah.
We're literally going to try to save you guys because you have to go out there and, content creating isn't just being the best on this mic. It isn't about just going on long tangents. It isn't about just attacking other influencers.
No.
Content creating is also about networking.
Yeah.
This is what made this man right here. He knows exactly how to network. He knows everybody in this city.
Yeah.
Everybody. That's why Aiden Ross is coming to him to headline his boxing event, because he has a big name. Notice he's not going to you losers. He's going to him because he actually has a big name. What they accuse of you of not having any clout, why is Aiden asking you to headline his event if you have no clout? That's the whole point I'm trying to tell you guys. Stop hating. Stop hating. Go out there and get your bet. Quite frankly, if you don't have $100,000 in the bank, what are you doing on social media? If you're not on social media making money, what are you doing? Now, if you're rich and so on social media, cool.
Yeah.
But if you're broke, your mom's not taken care of, what are you doing, bro? Go out there and make a bag and buy. Here's the thing. The window is closing.
Yeah,
It's like you have a basketball team, but they're getting older. And if you don't win that ring, you don't bring that chip in the next couple of years, you're cooked. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys out there. Go out there and get that bag, because if you don't, you're going to be cooked in a couple of years.
Damn. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Like our friend Mark Cuban, let's talk about Mark for a second. This guy is...
Wasn't he talking to you at one point?
I could email him right now. He'll respond. Listen, here's the thing about Cuban, man. And I want to make this clear, man. He's the luckiest guy in the world. When I always tell Mark, the fact that you're a billionaire tells me everyone's got hope, man. Because you're literally the dumbest billionaire I ever talked to in my life. You're literally a moron. This guy would email me and tell me, Harris is the chosen one.
What?
I swear to God, I'll find the email. I'll post it. This guy said...
Kamala Harris?
Yeah, Kamala Harris is the chosen one. And see, Mark, this is why paying attention to numerology and astrology would be helpful. You were born 1958, the year of the dog. Why are you backing Harris, who was born in a dragon year? That's your enemy sign. And the fact that he backed her, bro, he looked like a fool. He had to go back and delete like 6 months worth of tweets. And then he said, "Oh, I'll do this after every election." Yeah, when your boy loses, he didn't do that in 2020 when Biden fucking had it. See, Mark Cuban is the perfect example of you can just be lucky. You could honestly just be lucky in life. And that's exactly what Mark Cuban is, man. He was in the NBA Finals last year. He had Luka Doncic, and now Luka's gone.
Yeah.
Because this guy sold his team, and then within 6 months, he gets pushed out. He has absolutely no control over the team anymore, and now he has as much control over the team as me and you watch it. Congratulations, Mark Cuban, man.
Hell.
And by the way, when you come visit your parents here in Miami, you're welcome on the podcast, kid.
That's funny, man. Well, Mark Cuban, we wish you the best, bro. But that's an L for Kamala Harris, though. Just saying.
It's a
Huge
L for
L.
a lot of stuff.
All right. So that's the topic for today. I think we have some more chats for Gary.
Yeah, we'll go there in a second. Hold on.
All right, let's see here.
Yeah, look at all those from.
Oh, this is emails?
Keep going down, man. I talk to this guy quite
Wow.
often, bro. Yeah, see, people think I lie when I say I talk to billionaires. They think you lie when they talk to billionaires. See, when Zerka
that's
tells
funny.
you he talks to billionaires, he's lying, okay? Zerka would never be in the room with a billionaire, man. They only need court gestures.
That's
but
funny.
with me and you, yeah,
Yeah.
bro, I talk to people who are billionaires all the time. All right, let's go to the next chats.
All right. We got Full Weetod. Oh, that's funny, bro. Full Weetod. March 23rd, 1975. Born in the U.S.
March 23rd, 1975. Okay, so he has the same birthday as Dom. Dom's born on 3/23, and our other co-host is coming on to join us real soon.
Yes.
He'll be here next week, so shout out to him. He's born 1975. So here we have a person who's a 3 life path, and again, a guy who's 50 years old, but quite frankly, he doesn't look 50. That's why I always tell people who have that type of energy, if you're a 3, you're always going to look young. Think about what an advantage that is in life. You're 50 and you still look 30. It really works well for women, man. It will, because, you know, some of these women hit the wall kind of early, but
Yeah.
never for a 3. Because you're born on the 23rd, you have to travel. You always have to be on the go. But the main thing for you is to use your psychological powers, because he's a cat. Just like your boy he's born in a cat year too. So cats are always the psychologist. He's also a 3 life path, so he gets bored very quickly. So for you, you have to multitask, bro. Don't just do one thing. Have 2, 3 businesses, not just one. Gary the Grifter, kiss my ass. Donald Trump knows my name. Okay? Vladimir Putin knows my name. Barack Obama knows my name. Who the hell knows who you are? Man,
You know
these
what's funny?
clowns, man.
I want to say one thing about clout, right? So people think clout is the end all be all. I would argue no. It's having a network of people that trust and respect you to help you behind the scenes. Because listen, having clout online is cool. You make some connections, but money talks. So at some point, yeah, you may not have the most views or the most like, I want to say, luxury of clout being given to you, but you do have his access, and with access you can make things happen. So listen, Gary gets a lot of views, by the way. You get a lot of views, bro, on TikTok, on X. So I think him being Grifter, no, he's been in his set genre for a long time. So props to him.
Listen. I even have an app out there. This is called Q Studios for a reason, man.
Yeah.
Because I have the Q app, and it's honestly the best astrology numerology app. For instance,
The only one, bro.
let's say you want to buy a BMW, okay? You just put on BMW right here, and it tells you exactly everything about BMW. It's a 9 life path. It's a dragon. It's also a Pisces. It was founded March 7th in 1916. So if you're born in a dragon year, if you're born in a monkey year, if you're born in a rat year, BMW is a good car company for you. But guess what? You can find this information on Wikipedia, but you can find it so easily. It's all organized here on this app.
Put it down a little bit.
It makes it real simple. It's
Yeah.
all organized on this app, man. There you go. It's all organized on this app. If you want this advantage in life, get the Q app. I'm telling you, it's extremely worth it, man.
What about
this
Ferrari?
Is the best. Ferrari? Put it in here. Let's see what you get.
Let's see Ferrari.
Put it in there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right, Ferrari.
I'll put it in there.
We got here. Okay, here we go. Cat. The 4th sign. Okay.
What number is it?
Number 8.
Number 8. Number of what? Money.
Money.
So does it make sense that Ferrari would be the number of money, one of the most expensive cars there is? And that's the thing. You go to the Q app. Let's see it. You go to the Q app, and right here, it says Ferrari, and it tells you everything about it. It doesn't matter if you're looking for a city, a place, you're trying to have a wedding at a certain location. That's what the Q app's about. Go out there and get the Q app.
There you go.
Let's do a few more super chats.
I think the last one was was the one that we just did. Also, guys, on my channel, Super Chat on Rumble, A Fresh Start, that's the name of it. And we're going to close out here pretty soon, actually. So no more for right now, right?
No, we're good, man. We can wrap this thing up, man.
Cool. I think we covered a lot today, though. We covered
we did
the little beef there.
We did.
Alec Baldwin.
You're going to be fighting Sneeko. If he agrees, you could say no.
Yeah. I think we got to do
no. Do you think he's going to say yes?
You know what? With the current beef, I think he might say yes. Also, with the weigh-in, I got to see what he's going to weigh because he might be too light.
Think he's too light?
Who knows? We'll see what happens, though. But
you should ask Kobe Covington if he wants to be the special guest referee.
Ooh. Well, he's going to be on our show tomorrow.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. That's a good question.
He should train me, actually.
There you go.
I'm pretty dope.
You're in trouble, Sneeko.
Kobe trains me. That'll be fire.
Yo, man. I like it, man. See how? And by the way, Kobe is a dragon.
There you go. Yeah, he's a pretty smooth guy, man. He was at Mar-a-Lago when we were there. Very humble guy as well. So I think I'll be pretty dope.
And that's where you made the connection, right?
Yeah, and we're going to have him on the podcast tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Fire.
Anyways, guys, this has been Gary the Numbers Guy. This is my co-host, Fresh.
Yep.
And we're fucking taking this bitch over.
Facts.
It's been a pleasure. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Peace.